Okay, so there's an absolutely atrocious amount of cleaning products out on the shelves and the interwebs when it comes to taking care of your machines. And I feel like I've spent way too much time and money trying to find one that I actually want to continue to invest in. However, I think that's gonna change. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. This is not sponsored. Let's get started. All right, so here it is, Slick Products. Now you may have heard of them, maybe not. The name might lack a little bit, but we won't hold it against them. So it's a 3-step process is really what they claim. It's really more like 4 because you should always wash the thick mud off as soon as possible and before you even worry about applying soap. But this is actually specifically made for off-roading. And I know that sounds weird, but one of the big reasons that this drew my attention, he's like, well, okay, well, who really cares if it's made for off-roading? Well, this actually helps promote and maintain lubrication to your bearings and chassis. The problem with a lot of cleaners is they dry your crap out, all right? And you don't really want that to happen. So there's a couple other reasons that this one draw my attention. Number 1, or in this case number 2, is it's made by riders for riders. So the people that make this, that started this company and sell this product, they're off on the weekends hitting the trails just like you and me. They're not actually just some guys in a lab somewhere that have absolutely no idea what it's like to be out, and then they make some fancy sales pitch. These dudes are out riding just like us, and then they're getting back and they're using the same cleaner. And again, this is not a sales pitch. I shouldn't even have talked about it that long. They're not paying me to say any of this. I just kind of want you to have some of the background. So what we're gonna do, I've got 2 different vehicles here. One is the Polaris Scrambler. This has a wrap job on it. That sounds kind of dirty.
Say, I heard if I buy one of these, I get a free wrap job. Is that true?
And then we've got the CF Moto over here. And one of the reasons I wanted to clean that one specifically is their paint is more of an automotive paint. So we've got automotive style paint on this machine, and we've got a wrap job on this machine. So we're gonna clean them both up and see how it works. Let's get started.
Come a little closer, I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower, I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving,
All right, so step 1's complete. Now we let that soak for a few minutes, and while we do that, we're gonna hit this degreaser with this brush and just get some of the, the mucked up spots. I'll get the wheels and then a couple spots on the engine. Whatever for you feels like it just needs that little bit of extra attention.
falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too, 'cause you've been looking at me all night.
All right, so we've got it mostly cleaned and dried off. I didn't realize how sandy that trail was until I got into cleaning these machines. Anyway, so it's time for step 3, which I probably am looking the most forward to, and that's the multi-surface shine and protectant, because that's really gonna give it that nice shine on the wheels and the plastics and the wrap job. Ironically, the sun is also just starting to peek out, so that's really gonna hopefully help sell the shine.
That I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
So here's one of the true tests. I feel like this seat never actually gets clean. No matter how much time I spend, even with just a pressure washer right on this thing, it just never quite seems to get clean. It looks clean, then it dries and it looks filthy again. All right, so still not perfect, but definitely better than it's looked all season long. All right, so all 3 steps are complete. These machines are clean, especially from where they came from as far as how dirty they were. They are extremely clean for the amount of time given. Now, I did this in an extremely short amount of time, and that in and of itself makes me appreciate this product. All right, so what I don't like about this system, number 1 is honestly the foam gun. So per the instructions, you have to put 4 ounces or so of the washing fluid into the foam gun and then fill the rest with water. There's markings on the foam gun, but you have zero idea what those markings represent. It doesn't say anything about them, just markings. So I filled it a little past the first, assuming that that was probably somewhere around 4 ounces. The second and really only last thing I can think of that I really didn't like about this system, and this is kind of nitpicking, but was the multi-surface shine and protectant. The way it was packaged in the box and the way it showed up here, it was actually, some of it had oozed out of the actual bottle, so the bottle itself was kind of greasy, and then obviously some of the product had been wasted and had hit the box and seeped through a little bit. I still got most of it in there, but some of it clearly seeped out. Now that could have been the fault of the shipper, maybe it wasn't packaged right from the start, or maybe I just got a fluke. Either way, not a big deal, just kind of irritating. All right, so now what I actually do like about this. Number one is I actually appreciated the three-step process. At first, I thought it was kind of gimmicky and sales pitchy, but it worked out really well. You know, obviously I got the big stuff off, and then just to use the foam gun and let it soak, and then to hit some of those harder spots with the brush and degreaser, which, by the way, in itself, I gotta say I was really impressed with. It really cleaned some areas that have been dirty for quite some time. And then to just come by and do that shine and really polish it up. It worked out well. It's a good system. I ended up liking it more than I thought. The next thing I want to mention, and honestly is probably really the most important, is the fact that it actually worked well. It did a great job cleaning both these machines, especially considering I rushed through them way faster than I normally would. All right, so the final thing I want to mention is the fact that this is made for off-roading, and it's designed to help maintain lubrication. That's really important. Some cleaners really do dry out your stuff, so you want to make sure that you use something safe that works well all at the same time. And that's gonna lead us to the question of the day. What are you using to clean your machines? Leave those comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you on the trail.